the other hand, we can instead use our time to reimagine
Time.
social contact.
Okay, so first of all, he's saying use our kind. What is our kind? Well, if he is a parasite, because he's a parasite, he's
Our time, not our kind. Let's just get that back to make sure. Wait.
This time I had a look.
That's right. Time.
Video. I watched the whole thing. I admit that I didn't watch the whole thing. I just skipped through. Now I did, and I want to mention a couple of things. So first of all, 2.15. Let's have a look at somewhere here.
And much more fragile. On the other hand, we can instead use our time to
That was time. I am absolutely sure of that. Let's put that back and let's just do this. I'm going to put it in slow motion because playback speed. Let's see if this makes it a little easier to hear. And here we go. So let's just put this down. Let's go to pick 0 sound. Sorry about this, people. I just have to make sure this Barnabus guy is shut up because he's an absolute shill.
And I want to mention a couple of things. So first of all,
It's slowed down now.
2.15.
Here we go.
Let's have a look at somewhere here.
much more fragile. On the other hand, we can instead use our time.
Time. Now, social contract. Right.
Okay, so first of all, he's saying use our kind. What is our
He
kind?
said our time.
Well, if he is a parasite, because he's a parasite, he's not human, then he's talking about their kind, yeah? Alien kind, the
No,
parasites,
time.
entities,
Dickhead.
alien entities.
Oh, wait, hang on. Entities. Use that word twice there, mate. Watch this. Now, I believe that Barnabus NAGY is a narcissistic idiot, basically, that wants to be he's a megalomaniac, a narcissistic glory hunter. He has delusions of grandeur of being the leader of the conspiracy underground rebellion against the elite and the entities, the alien entities. This is what I believe. He's like David Icke II, right? Anyway, he now says that this forum here is legit, and it's basically, majorly operated and run by these people that guy is just speaking is Klaus Schwab is the entity is working for. So apparently it's big political agenda business. Now look at this here, which is on the first page. Making transactions digital. Not only can charities see that donations reach their intended recipients by using blockchain, the whole system is much more secure than sending cash. Sending cash. You can't send cash anyway. Anyway, look at this. Look, digital identity and the people that are going to have it. Look at the categories. Entities first. People, devices, and things. Okay, now. Entities? No one says entities but Barnabus, and he just said it twice. Coincidence? I think he made this website. I really do. He already got use our time wrong and says use our kind and spun it off into aliens, saying use our alien breed to, what an idiot. Barnabus, shut up and stop making bollocks. It's dangerous and you're an idiot. This is not going to help. This is going to do damage. You're a prat.
Participating in civil society.
Hey, Barnabus, you are making this up, aren't you?
By erasing them completely or exploiting their information in such a way that blocks victims from proving
Barnabus, are you making this up?
they have money in the bank, a passport that allows them to travel, a valid driver's license, proof of immunity, and any other credentials that are necessary for citizens to access goods and services. Here, according to the WAF report from 2018, digital identity determines what product, services, and information we can access, or conversely, what is closed.
Determines, determines, bruv.
Off to us. The level of which to be determined by our online behavior. So basically, the session
Determined.
The social credit system. If you do bad things online, then you will not have access to these things. And
what are bad things online? I think bad things online are making videos up about conspiracies and government stuff, trying to be the hero and putting it out, lying. That's bad things online, bruv. Not this bullshit.
If you do the right things according to them, then you can do.
According to you.
You can access these things.
Right.
The services that we just showed here, right here.
Barnabus,
okay?
Are you making this up?
So I'm not making this thing up. They are saying it.
Are you making this thing up? I think you are. They are saying it. Are they? Hang on a minute. Let me just get that in writing. Wait. Barnabus, what's that?
The services that we just
Are
showed
you making this up?
Right here. Okay. So I'm not making this thing up. They are saying it in the report.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently.
In this link.
You can read it in this link. Yeah. Can we? Thanks for that.
So that's kind of the plan. When it will be implemented, we don't know. But I think if the internet goes down, that's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, it's unsecure. We need to secure it. We need to create a digital ID. The technology is here. You just have to accept it, and then you can go back to normal, so-called normal. Now, the second is fake news is a digital pandemic. The majority of citizens are incapable of thinking critically.
Fake news. What you are doing here is fake news, mate. So I'm not surprised you are now going to highlight it.
Right, of course, we know. The sheep. If you are talking about somehow who has not read very much, whose knowledge is limited, that person is...
If you are talking about somehow, someone, where does it say that? Does it say if you are talking about someone? Does it say that? Hang on. It says if you're talking about someone. Why did you say somehow, idiot?
Much easier to fool and much more ready to accept whatever he or she is told. Now it's actually how the parasites operate, how they program.
It's how you think they do, because it's in your fantasy, mate.
NPCs.
Program the sheep.
But the point here is the fake news, which they try to label us truthers, which is the real news, the real...
Truthers. Mate, you're anything but the truth. You're a lying, bullshitting, delusional, narcissistic prick.
Truth, like what I put out there, usually is true. I try to make the best.
Bruv, you try to make what you want to be true, okay? I'm calling you out because you're a fucking idiot, mate, yeah? You're an idiot. I know. Remember I met you in person when you tried to do a little video with me, and basically I sussed you out straight away. You sussed me out straight away because you're not that dumb, and then refused to talk to me. Apparently wasting your precious time. Bruv, you're wasting everyone's time. Fuck off and stop making these videos.
Research as I can. And other people who do this, we are labeled as fake news.
You are fake.
And so if you listen to me, then you wouldn't have digital ID, basically.
Oh my God. Did you just tell the world to listen to you to escape digital ID? If you listen to me, you're... So you're basically going to now say anyone that gets digital ID, oh, it's your fault you didn't listen to me. Yeah, you basically are going to say, aren't you? Bruv, shave your beard as well, yeah? It doesn't compensate for the fact you've got nothing on top, yeah? Your head is not upside down. Why the beardies? I'm not going to get a beardies. I'm just going to get you. Carry on.
If you follow my channel.
I actually want to just get all that again. Wait a minute. I'm sorry for interrupting. Wait, let's get that again. That was such premium bollocks. Go on.
Identity today could essentially shut them out of participating in civil society by erasing them completely or exploiting their information in such a way that blocks victims from proving they have money in the bank, a passport that allows them to travel, a valid driver's license, proof of immunity, and any other credentials that are necessary for citizens to access goods and services. And
he's unreal.
Here, according to the WAF report from 2018, digital identity determines what products, services, and information we can access, or conversely, what is closed off to us. The level of...
What the hell was that? Hang on a minute. Let me read that. conversely, hang on, sorry about this, people. I know this is really annoying by something this, but I don't do takes and I don't do editing. So, according to a WEF report from 2018, digital identity determines, bruv, detonating a mine in your mouth would be good. Digital identity determines what products, services, and information we can access. Or, conversely, is that? I mean, am I stupid? Hang on, wait.
Determined by our online behavior.
Okay,
so basically, the social credit system. If you do bad things online, then you will not have access to these things. And if you do the right things according to them, then you can access these things, the services that we just showed here, right here. Okay, so I'm not making this thing up. They are saying it.
Hang on a minute. For the last time, they are not saying it because they is you, and you are making this thing up. You Billy bullshit Jackanori dickhead. Carry on.
It's in the report. You can read it in this link.
What more bullshit?
That's kind of the plan. When it will be implemented, we don't know. But I think if the internet goes down, that's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, it's unsecure. We need to secure it. We need to create a digital ID. The technology is here. You just have to accept it, and then you can go back to normal.
Okay. So yeah, the internet's going to go down. All that's going to happen, but we can escape all that if we listen to you. Is that right?
So-called normal. Now, the second is fake news is a digital pandemic. The majority of citizens are incapable of thinking critically. Right, of course, we know. The sheep. If you're talking about somehow...
Wait a minute, mate. Stop right there. Sorry. Stop right there, yeah? This is something certain narcissistic, idiotic truthers, need to get through their heads, right? When you say the sheep, right, programming the sheeple and laughing at them, you're talking about the public, the people, okay? Now, people may be sheep, I agree. There are a lot of gullible idiots out there, yes, but they are innocent in this, Barnabus, right? You're talking about making a better world. You're talking about, listen to me and you'll avoid that. You're asking the sheep to listen to you, right? That's what you're referring to, and now you're just going to mock them? Why should anyone listen to you if you're going to belittle them, be condescending and mock them? You're a prat. What you're doing here is basically you're establishing that you believe in a class system. If you're a truther of any sort and a freedom fighter of any description, you do not establish a class system. Especially, well, yeah. What did you just do? My dog just threw a remote controller at me for a car because I'm not playing with him. He loves remote control cars and he's just throwing the controller at me. That's what that bang was. In disgust that I'm doing this and not playing with him. I'll play with you in a minute, you stresshead. God. Right. Barnabus, I want to just play that back again, the way you just mocked the people you were talking about saving. Right? Yeah, that was a real arsehole-ish thing to do, bruv. That really was.
That's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, it's unsecure, we need to secure it, we need to create a digital ID. The technology is here, you just have to accept it, and then you can go back to normal, so-called normal. Now, the second is fake news is a digital pandemic. The majority of citizens are incapable of thinking critically. Right, of course, we know, the sheep. If you're talking about somehow who has not read very much, whose knowledge is limited, that...
Someone, read it properly, mate, not somehow. If you're talking about somehow, it says someone. God, you're a dickhead.
Person is much easier to fool and much more ready to accept whatever he or she is told. Now, it's actually how the parasites operate, how they program the sheep.
Thanks for that, mate. And obviously, I'm one of the lucky sheep that hasn't been programmed.
The NPCs. But the point here is the fake news, which they try to label us truthers, which is the real news, the real truth. Like what I put out there usually is true. I tried.
What I put, that was the most fucking true thing you said ever. That I try to put out there. What I put out there is usually true. Yeah, that is the only factual thing you said, mate. Usually true. Because the usually true may be like 0.00001% of what you put out there. That's the usually, yes. You're actually exaggerating because you usually put out bullshit. But because you didn't say all of your stuff was true, you've actually sort of said something that is factual. I just want to rewind that again because I love the way you belittle people. And then you say, look at us, truth is the real news. And what I put out, you're a narcissistic wanker, man. I can't believe it. Honestly, brother, I'm calling you out. I want to see you in person, brother. Honestly. Oh my God, honestly, mate, seriously. It's not often these days I get proper angry, but you're dangerous, mate. You're worse than any parasite, fictional parasite you invent.
This thing up. They are saying it in the report. You can read it in this link. So that's kind of the plan. When it will be implemented, we don't know. But I think if the internet goes down, that's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, it's unsecure. We need to secure it. We need to create a digital ID. The technology is here. You just have to accept it, and then you can go back to normal, so-called normal.
Oh my God, this is absolutely insane. Just carry on. This bit.
Now, the second is fake news is a digital pandemic. The majority of citizens are incapable of thinking critically. Right, of course, we know the sheep. If you are talking about someone has not read very much, whose knowledge is limited, that person is much easier to fool and much more ready to accept whatever he or.
So you should help these people, educate them, not belittle them. What are you doing, mate? I'm going to say for the very last time, yeah, stop making these videos.
She is told. Now it's actually how the parasites operate, how they program the sheep, the NPCs.
Listen to this.
But the point here is the fake news, which they try to label us truthers, which is the real news, the real truth, like what I put out there usually is true. I try to make the best research as I can.
What I put out usually is true. Fortune slip.
We are labeled as fake news,
right?
And
you
so
are
if
fake
you
news.
listen to me, then you wouldn't have digital ID, basically.
Sorry, can we just get that again, please? If we listen to you, we won't get digital ID. Can I actually hold you to that in a contract, please? So if I do get digital ID, I can sue your ass. Yeah? Is that can I do that? Can I do that? You just said if we listen to you, we won't get digital ID. Is that fact, bruv? I want to just get to that again. Where is that? Because this is gold. Okay.
The real truth, like what I put out there, usually is true. I try to make the best research as I can.
No, you don't.
And other people who do this.
Hang on a minute. I try to make the best research I can. You try to make up the best research you can. Fake news.
We are labeled as fake news, right? And so if you listen to me, then you wouldn't have digital ID, basically.
I love you, Barnabus. But I fucking hate you at the same time. Because I love you for comedy and I hate you for this dangerous shit. I want to just slow that down because it's going to be such gold to hear you say that everyone should follow you. Who the fuck are you, the Pied Piper? You are Pinky in the Brain. You're a megalomaniac, bro.
Right? And so if you listen to me, then you wouldn't have digital ID, basically.
Wow. That is actually tickled me. I love that. I'm going to let you carry on now, mate.
If you follow my channel.
Was that a plug to follow your channel? Did you just say to everybody, you won't get digital ID, big nasty digital ID that's going to wreck everything yet if they follow your channel? That was the most shameless beg for subscription I've ever heard. You absolute bone stroker. Come on, what?
Yes, basically they don't have critical
find the bit you wrote.
Launching your argument based on the sense that your average viewer, reader has a critical outlook from the outset. I think that there are an awful lot of people who don't have that critical outlook and just swallow it all. All right, that's about that.
The only person that swallows it all is you. And you know what? The person that hasn't and should have done is your mum. Your mum should have swallowed you, bro.
And then let me show you this other article also
Yeah, that was a fraudulent slip again there. Let me show you this other art. Yeah, this is really bad taste, but it is art. It is art because it is fictional and coming out of your pea brain. Let's go.
from sociable to sociable. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sociable.
No, you don't have to determined
Your
either.
digital identity can be used against you in the event of a great reset.
Sorry, I don't like to mock people, but you are a truther and you can't pronounce sociable. Sociable. Oh, mate.
Digital identity push on the great reset agenda risk enabling an authoritarian I don't know how to say it. Authoritarian social credit system on a global
Authoritarian, right? And funnily enough, that is what you are trying to be.
scale perspective.
It means somebody that is hell-bent on having authority over people. And that is you. Don't try and say it's not, because we have to join your channel and listen to you to not get digital ID, don't we?
This digital identity determines what products, services, and information.
For the last time, determines. Yes, it reminds me of a bomb going off, you know, like a detonator and a mine. And honestly, bruv, shove one up your back cave and set it off.
We can access, or conversely, what is closed off to us, said the World Economic Forum.
No, said you.
With a few tweaks of code, blockchain can be corrupted by authoritarians to build social credit enslavement systems.
Give up.
If world governments legislate encryption technology for their own purposes and pervert consensus mechanism for their own centralized institutions.
It's funny how all the words that refer to you can't pronounce. Yeah, like sociable, authoritarian, and pervert.
Payment systems, we will end up with digital currencies that can be used against the people of the world.
Who might they be?
So
Sheep or entities, mate? Which one?
And then he says,
Oh, sorry, entities are aliens,
what the
aren't they?
fourth
My bad.
industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities. So digital ID, and then he's talking about a fusion of the body and digital ID, biological IDs with the digital. Okay, so that's where I'm getting at, the digital ID with the internet of bodies.
Oh, but you know what? We're all going to be saved because we're going to listen to you, and if we subscribe to your channel, it makes our skin impervious to a microchip. Is that right?
World Economic Forum tweet: healthcare, security, finances, and identity for the very first time. All right. Legal entity. Let's have a look.
Oh wow, legal entity as opposed to an illegal alien. Sorry, had to. You know what? I'm going to shut this off here because you are just nuts, bruv. Right, everybody. Okay. Please go to this wacko's channel, please, and make some comments on how I'm not going to tell anyone what to do because then I'd be like him. But if you listen to me, then you won't have Barnabus NAGY. No, right, listen, just go and see his content for yourselves, and if you care. If you don't, fine, but I do care, and I just wanted to pull him up on this because what I don't like is dangerous people. If he's not a shill, which is, you know, someone working for the other side deliberately, pretending to be on our side. If he's not a paid shill, then he is a fucking unaware shill. Because what he is doing is disgusting. I don't know if anyone watching has seen the Saw franchise, but I think it's Saw 7, the final one, where there's a guy that's he's claiming to have been in Jigsaw's trap, but escaped it and lived, and he's wrote a book, and he hasn't basically. He's a liar, and he's got a book signing event. Well, cut a long story short, Jigsaw manages to get hold of him and put him in the traps, and I think he dies. Now, deserved. All the people that suffered genuinely are basically being mocked by a liar that's claiming to have escaped those things and making money off it. Charlatan, shill. Disgusting. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Peace, people. Barnabas, please watch this and fuck off.